Hey guys, this is a Predator Tactical 12 gauge shotgun, directly out of the box. Haven't done anything to it. I'm going to break it down real quick and just show you a couple of things before we actually take it to the range and shoot it. I don't know if this is typical of all of them, but I've got a rib inside the tube, so the tube will actually at some point need to be replaced if I want to put a magazine tube on it. So there's basically four parts here. There are gas ports inside the barrel hanger. There's a spacer that's captured inside with a O-ring that goes down inside the tube here. And then the recoil assembly is like on the Stoeger M3000, it actually goes around a tube. But it is a gas gun as opposed to an inertia gun. So nothing goes back into the stock area. The shell latch is actually a hinged shell latch like the Stoeger M3000, so that's something that I like. I don't see anything really nasty in here, so I'm going to put it back together and shoot it, and then I'll strip it after I've put several hundred rounds through it. We'll see how that works. So if you followed anything that I've ever said about shotguns, you'll know that one of the things that I'm a big proponent of is a shotgun that releases the shell from the magazine tube on the trigger pull. So I've got a couple of dummy rounds. I'm going to go ahead and load them in to the magazine tube. And what you'll see when I pull the trigger is this shell will actually come out onto the lifter. So what's happened is the hammer has hit the firing pin, but a shell has come out. One of the things that does is keep the shell surge to a minimum. Racking that shell, or that shell coming out when the bolt cycles, is not as reliable as that coming out when the trigger cycles. So again, watch that shell when I pull the trigger comes out. So it does two actions. The shell is released and the shell in the chamber is fired when the trigger is pulled. So we'll take it to the range, we'll do some shooting with it, and we'll see what happens. Folks, we've got some 980 Winchester AA's, some 2-inch Kent, the low recoil, which is the 7/8 ounce at about 1180, Federal and a Remington 1145 light target, and then a 1300 Sporting Clays. I'm going to load 2 in the gun and shoot them, see how it cycles. This is the Predator Tactical gun from Burkett. So no cycle on the low recoil, guys. Didn't even come out of the chamber. I'm going to go ahead and put the Kents in there since I know it's probably not going to cycle. Yeah, again, it did not cycle. So these are the 2-inch Kents. Ran those 100%, no problem. At least 2. These are 1180. Not even come out of the chamber. Okay, we're going to go to the 1145, which is the light target. We're going to do a Remington gun club, again a light target. Both of those, and then the 1300. Ran those. So I've got 2 rounds in the Predator Tactical gun. I'm shooting pretty much your standard basic load. And I'm going to try a couple different things with it. Seems to run those pretty good. I did pinch my thumb just a little bit going in, a little thumb bite there. Now we'll see if I can get a quad in.
It's weird not bumping that stuff.
I know.
So what do you think?
That's nice, man.
Guys, we've got about 275, 280 rounds, somewhere pretty close to that on the Predator tactical gun. I've again got the 1180 foot per second loads in here, and we'll see if they run. Except for the last one, they're running. So at least they're cycling the gun. So that 275 rounds has broken it in a little bit. To some slugs, we're going to again test the B&P low recoil slugs, the 1 ounce at about 1150, and see if they run. So a couple hundred rounds breaking it in, and now they actually run the B&P low recoil as well.